I want to tell you about the dream I had. It was just a few days ago. It was quite a dream. In the dream, it was a Donald Trump rally, and there was a lot of people there, except it was inside. So it wasn't an indoor event, it was really an outdoor event, but the dream brought me inside. And all I could do was hear his voice because I wasn't in the room where the speech was happening. And then an announcer comes out and he says, "I now present to you the President of the United States, Donald Trump, live." And he walks through these two doors, I remember, and his head is down and his arms are up. And to his left is tall Melania standing above him. And to his right, his arms are around Donald Trump Jr. and Eric and Lara and a few other children. And he's walking out, it looked like a cross, like he was carrying his cross. I got out of bed. I was frightened, I was concerned, I was afraid. And then I heard a voice. And the voice said, "Don't be afraid." Then I remember I went into some spiritual warfare. I wanted to make sure I was hearing from the voice. And then I heard the voice again say, "Golgotha." And then again he said, "Golgotha, Golgotha." And then I remember, Golgotha, that's the place of the skull. That's where Jesus was buried after Calvary, after he died on the cross. That's where he rose from the dead. You can go to Golgotha today. It's the skull. It's a bus station there. But there's Gordon's tomb there. It's a very, very good place to be. My wife, Wendy, and I did Jesus and Mary Magdalene there. So, here I am, being encouraged, and I go over to Donald Trump, put my arm around his body, and it's full of sweat. Then I put my left cheek on his right cheek, and more sweat coming down. It was sweaty, it was wet, he wasn't speaking. And then he put his head up, looked that way, turned back. I noticed how blue his eyes were. He couldn't move his arms, he couldn't speak, but he looked forward. And I saw he was going forward. Reminded me on January 6th when I was at that Electoral College Stop the Steal Day in Washington, D.C., that on January 7th he had courage, he had victory. There was something there, and he was looking at it. I saw it again. And then the voice said, "Have compassion on them, the Trump family." The presidency, not the president, the presidency was assassinated on January 6th, died on January 7th. Have compassion on everybody. Have compassion, have fortitude, have courage. Don't be afraid. So where are we now? Freedom. On January 6th, I experienced so much freedom there. I forgot what it was like to feel free in America because everybody was wanting the same thing. There's a kind of discrimination I feel as a Christian. I didn't know I did, but on that day I was so free. And I was so concerned, even before Donald spoke, that the freedom might go away. And then the Lord said to me, freedom cannot be taken away. You can only give it away. Hold fast to what you have. He reminded me of what he said to the church of Philadelphia that's going up. Hold fast to what you have. You're going up. You're going through what I went through. Jesus told me, the voice told me, I died once, no more. I rose from the dead once, and I'm still here. Now it's your time. It's your time to sweat for light affliction and go through it and hold fast. Freedom has never been more free. Freedom is available for Americans, for all humanity, like never before, because we want it like never before. He reminded me of Peter's sermon on the day of Pentecost 2,000 years ago. The last thing he says is, leave this perverse generation, leave this corruption. And then the narrator Luke, the writer, says, and everyone who received his message were baptized, and about 3,000 were saved and baptized that day. And then Acts 2:42, they devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching and to prayer, to breaking of bread and the fellowship. Bang, bang, bang. Everybody shared. There was togetherness. There was power. They were an oppressed people. They were deplorable people. They were uneducated. They had no respect, yet they had freedom. They had victory. They had Jesus, and they were in the beginning of something, and we are on that same assembly line. We're just at the very end of that same assembly line. The Lord is coming. The going up of Church Philadelphia, that's the rapture, that's the resurrection, and we're so close. And the process, the voice told me, is part of the resurrection. The dying, the letting go, the surrender, repent, the going away. And all that's left is freedom. I don't have to be anybody but me. God through me, God through you, God through us. And going up. You're a butterfly now. Remember, you were a caterpillar. You'll never strut. You'll never have to. A caterpillar heart and a butterfly fly, humble boldness, happy resurrection. I'm Dennis Cole. This is Narrowgate News. Thank you so much for watching.